Hello friends, today we are going to discuss in chapter number 3 about medieval architecture in India, in other regions and in Gujarat. So first I want to discuss about the word medieval. Medieval means the period was not modern, is not counted in the ancient, but the middle part of modern and ancient is called medieval. In India, after 1190s, the medieval period starts. Up to 1810, the medieval period extended. In this whole time period, we can see lots of the mosques, tombs, domes have constructed, means the Islamic architecture have taken place in India in this medieval period, which I want to discuss. So first I am discussing about the linear sketch, means the part of the mosque. Mosque is the Islamic architecture where the people can go and do the prayer. So it is being used for prayer by their emotion and heart, whom they want to show their faith. Mostly we can use the word in the Islam as Allah. It is a prayer which is said namaz. See, I want to say one specific word for namaz. Just I have got the information that in Arabic word for namaz, the word is given salah. Salah. Exact word is salah. Salah means the prayer. Namaz, the word is used in India and the Asian region. But ultimately it's a prayer for the God or the Allah. So, where the person is going to do the prayer generally and mainly in the mosque, males are usually allowed. So, the structure of the mosque is having some main part: Galiyara, Qibla, Maksura, Sahan, Chirag, right? Minarets. So you must remember, in Islam some purity of the body and purity of the thought is given importance, and direct prayer to the God in open space by the prayer in nature. So any Islamic architecture you will not find any idol. So the idol worshipping is not a part of the philosophy of Islam. Remember this line. Any living creature you will not find in any architecture of Islam. Okay? Let us discuss about the Galiyara. Galiyara is the way to enter and exit from the mosque. Here I want to say Galiyara is having a path with the pillars. From that route, a person can come inside, can go outside. The second one is a Qibla. Qibla is the wall in which side, in inner part of mosque, the person will sit and do his prayer or the namaz. So now the question comes that why the name Qibla is given? Because this wall is showing us direction of Kaaba, the black construction in Saudi Arabia, in Makkah, where the people wants to do religious visit, which is called Hajj. For all Muslims, it is the most important in one time in a life. So direction of Kaaba is being shown by this wall, so that wall is said Qibla. The next part is the Livan. Livan means where the people are sitting in the prayer room is a large hall with pillars and highest dome on it. This part of the mosque is called Livan. Generally, when you see the mosque, the place is somehow large and spacious part of the mosque. Next is a Maksura. Maksura is the right and left side end of wall of Qibla. Every cornered wall of mosque is called Maksura. But one thing is clear, it is separated by railing. It is separated by railing. So remember one thing, Maksura is the ending part of wall from both the sides, right and left. Now the other part is coming here to discuss is Mihrab. Mihrab is the interior part of wall in mosque, in which direction the person is a seat and do the prayer or namaz. But here I want to discuss one thing, that it is a part having human height, indicate direction towards the Makkah, and outer side is Qibla. So the wall of Qibla, inner side of the same wall is having part of Mihrab. In front of that part, a person is sitting and doing the prayer, right? Now last point of the parts of the mosque is Sahan. Sahan means the open ground in which the people can gather and do their prayer. Okay, one another part in the mosque you can find where the people are entering the mosque, cleaning their hands and legs. This process to clean the hand, mouth and leg, cleaning them, that process is called wuju. So the place where the wuju is done is required to keep the water. So the pond are usually found in the ground part of mosque, and people are making it clean first, then entering in the part of the prayer. So for the process of wuju, pond is also required to keep with the mosque. So some necessities that I am discussing, nothing else. Okay, now the discussion about parts of the mosque is completed, and all these words, Galiyara, Qibla, Maksura, Sahan, Livan, this all detail you can answer as per the given in the syllabus in one line answer for each. Now we are going to discuss for medieval architecture, the next question. See, the medieval architecture is not only relate with one place, all parts of India is included. So the regional architecture in the medieval period that I am discussing, actually I could say, the first I am discussing about the construction in Delhi and Ajmer. In Ajmer, the one mosque was constructed. It is known as Quwwat-ul-Islam. This mosque was constructed by Qutbuddin Aibak. Actually, it is an important architectural monument constructed by Qutbuddin Aibak, the first officer of Muhammad Ghori. After defeating Prithviraj Chauhan, he followed the order of Muhammad Ghori to keep the Delhi in control. So he stayed in India because Muhammad Ghori was coming from the Afghanistan. So in India, the control of the Delhi came in hands of Qutbuddin Aibak as the officer of Muhammad Ghori, and he made the construction of Qutub Minar and Quwwatul Islam. So another mosque we can find in Ajmer is Adhai Din Ka Jhopra. Now you can surprise. What's the meaning of Adhai Din Ka Jhopra? Jhopra is the word for the construction of the place, building. Adhai Din means 2.5 days. Within the 2.5 days, the whole construction was established. Actually, I could say maybe a construction may available at there, but was not like the mosque. But here it was shaped, refurnished as the mosque. So the word is used Adhai Din Ka Jhopra because in 2.5 days it is not possible to construct complete mosque from the foundation. So we can understood that it was refurnished in the shape of the mosque. Okay. Now the second place I am discussing is about Bengal. In Bengal, two important architectures. First is Adina Mosque and second one is Tomb of Jalaluddin Muhammad Shah, and third one is Tanti Para Mosque. Now you can ask me question about the tomb. See, if any person or the member of the royal family in Islamic religion may die, in his memory, surrounding part of his grave will be covered with the memorable monument or the room, artistic minute carving having room, is called tomb. Means only associated with the royal families a person may die, and in his memory, if the room is constructed, it is called tomb. So now you understand, Taj Mahal is a one kind of the tomb, because in that part there is a grave of Mumtaz Mahal, right? So in Bengal, Jalaluddin Muhammad Shah was a one sultan in one specific period in Bengal. Tantipara Mosque is the mosque in the village of Tantipara, and Adina Mosque at the region named Pandua in Bengal. Now you understand one thing. These all architecture in Bengal are having specific kind of the style which is called Bengali style, and these all constructions are done with the Bengali style that I want to see. So it is the special style. Now the next place is in my talk is Jaunpur. Jaunpur is in northern part of India. Here Atala Mosque, built by sultans of the Turkey with artistic grill and dome on the upper part of mosque. Its walls and ceilings are decorated with many Indian symbol of lotus. So lotus is the flower found in India mainly. So it was used in carving on the wall of mosque. Next one is the Malwa, the place which I am going to discuss. Malwa is a place where buildings of the fort of Mandu is well known. The peculiar style of the fort of Mandu and its buildings are seen in protection of different sultans of Malwa. Because the Mandu is the name as Mandu Gad. Gad means the fort. Many tombs, mosques, and other buildings are found at there. But these buildings are having huge dome with carving on the balcony of it. So, importance of this architecture is huge domes, impressive dome, and the carving on the balcony in Malwa architecture. Out of all this, tomb of Hoshang Shah. Hoshang Shah was the ruler of Malwa. His tomb is found made from marble. See, Taj Mahal is also constructed from marble. So remember, marble is a part of construction in India or wherever the world you can find. To make the memorable monument, people are using marble at everywhere. But mostly marble are used in a holy and pious places. Okay, now the other provinces like Kashmir, we can find Kangur Burj. Burj means the fort. In Kashmir, there is a Kangur Burj. In South India, in the Bijapur region, Bahmani rulers were ruling, and in that period, the dome was built in Bijapur. It is called Gol Gumbaj. Remember, the dome in Bijapur is called Gol Gumbaj. Thereafter, buildings of Bidar and Gulbargani and Madrasa of Mahmud Gawa in the southern part is very well known. The temples of Hampi region. Hampi is the one important city in the ancient period, and its temples including Vitthal Swami temple, Vitthal means Lord Krishna, Hazare Rama temple, 1008 time name of the Lord Rama has been engraved in the wall of the temple. So it is called Hazare Rama temple. Also, in Vijayanagara region, Gopurams, the southern part, southern or Dravidian style of dome or the gate is called Gopuram. We have already understood earlier. And artistic pillars are peculiar art form and special characteristic of Vijayanagara Empire architecture. Right? So I discussed here with you about medieval architecture of different region of India. Now I am going to talk with you about architecture of Gujarat. So understand one thing. The architecture of Gujarat in any period is not associated only with the one religion. Hindu, Islamic, Jain, Buddhism. So many religions have made their impact, including you will find Parsi or the Zoroastrian religion or the Zardoshti religion is also having the importance. Means Gujarat is the cosmopolitan state where all are welcomed and have given their contribution in develop the culture of Gujarat. So now we are discussing about the architecture of Gujarat. So mosque, temples, chaityas, viharas, mats, stupas. As I told earlier, you listen. Every different religions, architecture, building and constructions we can find in Gujarat. Cave temples, Jain temples, right? Chaitya, stupa, math are associated with Buddhism. Jain temple, that is called Derasar, is associated with the Jainism. Mosque and tomb are associated with Islamic religion, and temples are associated with the Hindu religion. So Gujarat has wider variety of architecture in different way. Also with that, the political buildings have also constructed royal palaces, forts, domes, gates, towers, victory towers, sanctuaries. Upashraya. Upashraya means the place in the Jainism where the Jain saints or saints can stay. Vishamas means the place for taking stay. Varandas means the gallery, courtyards. Skylight means the outer part of the first floor is having some galleries region is called Jarukho or the skylight. Watchtower, arcs, wells. Gujarat is the place where the step wells are found and they are very well known, right? Lakes, ponds with artistic carvings, figures of animals and birds. Means our sculpture, architecture, beautiful, magnificent structures are important part of our architectural discussion. So today I am going to discuss now about some temples and what you have to do. As you go through the study of video, you can make the list of the temples, important temples in the architectural point of view in Gujarat. First, I am giving you name in Ahmedabad some important temples we have. First is a Bhadrakali temple near the Bhadra fort. Second is a Gita Mandir. See, Gita is the holy book for all over India's Hindu people and all over the world Hindu people. But in India, in Ahmedabad, only one temple you can find where the Gita is preserved. It is called Gita Mandir. So the Gita Mandir means temple of Gita. Ved Mandir. See the name Ved Mandir. There are 4 Vedas we have. And this temple is for discussion and to see the Vedas. Another is the Jagannath temple. See, in India, first chariot procession in Jagannath Puri, Odisha, and second well-known chariot procession in Ahmedabad. It is also of the Jagannath temple. So, it is the important place in Ahmedabad for chariot procession. So the importance of Jagannath temple is there also. Thereafter, Ranchodarai temple, the temple of Lord Krishna in Dakor place in Kheda district you can find. Thereafter, Sun temple in Modhera, most precious sun temple after the Konark in India. Thereafter, Ambaji temple, Somnath temple, Dwarka temple, Shamalaji temple you can find. Dwarka temple is known as the Jagat Mandir, Jagat temple. Jagat means the world, right? Thereafter, Bahucharaji temple in Pavagadh on the hill. There is a Mahakali temple. Swaminarayan temples at so many places in Gujarat. Brahmaji temple in the Khed Brahma. So the name of the place Khed Brahma is adapted from the Lord Brahma's temple. And Khodiyar temple near Bhavnagar. Ashapura Ma Madh Mud of Ashapurama means temple of the goddess Ashapura is there in Kutch. So many people are going there to do the prayer. So this is the discussion about the temple I have done. Now I am talking in continuation of the temple. Jain temples we have. So which are the well-known Jain temples in Gujarat? First in Ahmedabad is Hathi Singh's temple. One second monument of Jain Tirthankaras idols at one place. All Tirthankaras, 24 Tirthankaras idols at one place. After the Delwara you can find in Ahmedabad at Hathi Singh temple. Another temple is Kumbhariyaji temple. These all are villages, and every village one important temple is there. Shankheshwar temple, Siddhgiri temple, Shatrunjayagiri temple are in Palitana. So these are well-known important places for Jainism and its temples. Thereafter some step wells I want to discuss. It is step well of Adalaj. It is a part of the World Heritage in Ahmedabad. Near the Ahmedabad, the Adalaj village is there, and it is well known for the village step well of the 3 or 4 layers in the ground. Thereafter, the step well of Dada Hari. It is known as Bai Harir Vav. Vav means the step well. Well with the step to enter inside and to come out with the carrying the water. So for that it was constructed in Ahmedabad. See, in Ahmedabad there are more than 5 to 7 wells, step wells. Thereafter Ranki step well in Patan you can find. It is well known. Hira Bhagod is also a step well near Dabhoi. So you understand the importance of these all step wells is giving us knowledge of artistic carving with the wells to preserve the water. See, well with the steer, and it is having different side and all the side having the carving make it artistic. So it is important to understand its, and its study is done by so many scholars about Gujarat architecture. That is important thing. Okay, now the next point and the last point here relating to today's lecture is mosques. There are so many mosques in Ahmedabad. First is the Jama Masjid. Masjid means mosque. Masjid means mosque. Near the 3 gates, 3 darwaza. 3 means 3. Darwaza means gates. In Ahmedabad, it is built by first Sultan of Gujarat, the independent Sultan from any other control. Ahmad Shah first had built this mosque in 1424 AD. It is having 260 pillars, 15 domes, such a large mosque where thousands of people can gather at one time for the prayer. The other architecture of the Islamic style are Sidi Sayyid Gril. Sidi Sayyid is an Negritoid person coming from the Africa. He was the commander-in-chief of Sultan Muhammad Shah, who conquered Pavagadh and Champaner. His commander-in-chief was the Sidi Sayyid. So the word Sidi is used for the Negritoid person. His name was Sayyid. He adopted the Islamic religion and he constructed this mosque. Its artistic grille is a symbol of the Ahmedabad. When any guest is coming to Ahmedabad, he is given the replica of the Sidi Sayyid grille. Extraordinary grille it is. The carving, the minute, fine carving done on the stone, sandstone it is. Okay, next one is a Rosa of Sarkhej. See, Sarkhej is the village, the nearby town of the Ahmedabad. Now it's a part of Ahmedabad in 2020. Roza means a complex or the combined structure of Islamic religious saints grave with mosque. Means one side mosque, on other side the grave of the Islamic saint is kept in a one complex, is called Roza. So the Sarkhej Roza is grave of mentor, religious mentor of Ahmad Shah first, Sheikh Ahmad Khatuganj Baksh. His grave is there and the mosque is also there, and this complex is known as Roza. It is the most important place in Ahmedabad in the World Heritage list. So the Sarkhej Roza, then Shaking Minarets of Ahmedabad. It's a very well known place. Then Mosque of Queen Sipri or the Sabrai. It is also known as Mosque of Nagina. Then in Champaner, the Jami Mosque is there. It is known as the Jama Masjid also. So these are such important mosques the Gujarat has. Okay, my friends. So today I have discussed about Gujarat architecture, temple, Jain temples, stepwells and mosques. Right, my friends?